Hello, friends. Sorry, I am a few minutes late. First of all, I have horrible dry mouth. Today is the day that I have to take my weekly injection, and it gives me horrible dry mouth. But I had to get emotional because do you see those flowers back there from the Thursday night shift, ladies? And I'm not gonna talk about it because it's gonna make me tear up again. So I ain't gonna do it. Cassie's already called me a crybaby once. But it was like the sweetest surprise ever. Okay. This week, back to the basics, we are talking about simplicity in our business. Simplicity, generosity, and authenticity. Those are the three cornerstones of our business. Simplicity, generosity, authenticity. What do we talk about all the time? Hey, Miss Lisa, what do we talk about all the time, right? Being yourself, being authentic, right? Don't try to be somebody else. Don't, feel like you got to keep up with what everybody's doing out there, right? You need to focus on your business, be authentic to yourself. Use your own, I highly suggest that you use your own images, right? Of how you style your warmers or don't style, right? I'm not saying you got to be like a decorating, interior design artist to do anything, right? You can take a really nice picture. Just push the stuff out of the way in the background, right? And take a really nice picture. When you get orders in, share those, right? Share your authentic excitement. If you're not excited about it, then maybe don't open that box, right? Okay. Because it's really hard to fake that excitement, right? And I've done plenty of unboxings over the years, and I can tell you that while I'm unboxing them, usually it is a surprise because sometimes it's things like I've never smelled before. It's the first time getting a scent or seeing a warmer or whatever. And maybe I'm not necessarily liking it, right? I don't want to come out and be like, well, this one sucks, right? I'm not going to do that because there is truly a nose for every scent. Hello, right? We all love different scents. Just because I don't like something doesn't mean that my customers aren't going to like it as well. But I'm certainly not going to be like, you've got to have this and be, you would totally be able to tell that I was not being authentic, right? Generosity, right? Giving more than you take, sharing what you're doing, sharing how you're working your business with your team members. If you work with accountability partners, that's a really great way to do that. If you've gotten to know people within Scentsy that you feel like you can bounce ideas off of here within the team, within the groups, right? Whatever that looks like for you. Generosity is one of the things that I think really makes us stand out from the crowd when it comes to that. And one of the ways that I look at generosity is, as I shared when I went live about my flowers, is that, that is one of the main reasons that I started doing my YouTube channel and got on YouTube and started talking about how I was working my business and sharing tips and what I'm going to try this week, right? It wasn't always about my wins. There are quite a few where I'm like, I'm trying this. I don't know if it's going to work, right? But just sharing the experience of going through that, because I think that that's what consultants, especially newer consultants, as they're starting to build their businesses, as they're trying to build those customer bases, they can get stuck in that, oh my gosh, right? Like, I don't have anything to share. I haven't done anything yet, right? Or those types of statements, which is completely untrue, because as soon as you click that join button, you made a really big choice. And maybe that was just for a hobby. Maybe it was for a bigger purpose, right? Maybe it was to help your family with finances, or to, help do all the things, right? Hashtag income disclosure, all the things. You did that for a purpose. You didn't accidentally do it, right? You didn't accidentally click join, wake up the next day and was like, oh, I'm a Scentsy consultant now. You made a choice. You made a choice. And that generosity will come in So whether or not you feel like you have anything to share, trust me, you do. Because there are others out there who can relate to what you're going through. It may not feel like it. It may not seem like it. Been there, done that. Got the t-shirt. But it does. And then simplicity. Oh my gosh, this is a big one, right? Simplicity. When I think of simplicity, I really think about like the highlight reel on Instagram, right? The way, you know, maybe you see somebody doing their happy mail. Maybe the way that you see somebody making samples. Maybe the way that you see the way that people are making mystery boxes for their customers, things like that. And maybe you're just like, oh my God, I wish I could do stuff like that, but I can't. So I'm not going to do those things. Let me stop you right there. Just because you're not what you perceive as the standard or the perfect way to do something doesn't mean that you don't take any action. You take your action. And let me tell you right now, the very first time that I ever tried to put together like a mystery box, it was not perfection, friends. It was not magical. It was not an experience. And in fact, I almost felt bad when I did them, because I was like, oh my gosh, my customers are going to look at these, and if they've seen other people's on Facebook or something, they'll be like, Jacqui. Let me tell you, I've never had a customer come back and say, well, this box is not as good as the other ones I have seen. So let me just reassure you there. We start to think and analyze and overthink. Hi, I'm the queen of overthinking. We will overthink ourselves out of an idea. Every single time. I can't even count how many times I have overthought something so much that I've completely talked myself out of even trying to do something. But at the end of the day, simplicity is really what builds our business. Again, when I first started, I will tell you, I didn't do happy mail. For one, I didn't really have a big customer base. Remember? Started out as a hobbyist. I did not click that join button thinking that one day I'm going to work from home and this is going to be my full-time job. No, I clicked that button because it was like, I really like this wax. The very first scent I warmed and bought was Echo. And the very first warmer I bought and earned through my host credits because I hosted a party. That's how I came upon Scentsy. I knew nothing about Scentsy. I didn't know what Scentsy was. I knew it was wickless candles, but I had no idea what the heck that meant. It's like, what? I imagined literally a wickless candle, like a clump of wax is what I imagined. Obviously, I learned during the party that it's not what it is, right? But that's how I came about Scentsy, and I honestly just fell in love with the product of wax and warmers, and I was like, oh my gosh, I love this so much. And when I shared it, and I had maybe 5 or 6 people at my party. It was not a huge party, right? And they were all people that I worked with and was friends with. And every single one of them, before they left, they were like, okay, you got to let me know when you're going to sign up to do this, because I'm going to buy it from you. And I was like, I hadn't even thought about signing up. What? What do you mean when I sign up? Like, I wasn't thinking about that. But I instantly knew that might be a possibility for me. I didn't feel confident in it. I will tell you that right now. Didn't feel confident because I didn't think that I was, and still don't to this day. I'm not a salesperson. I'm a share person. That's what I do. I share. I don't sell. I mean, I do in the literal sense, but I don't, right? And so when I clicked join, it was strictly because I loved the product. And I thought, cool, my friends will buy from me when they want to get some. And that's really honestly what my first year of Scentsy was. It was little bitty orders here and there, here and there, here and there. I didn't even have the extra money to even order like extra stuff. Like I was getting wax every so often, but I certainly did not have the extra money in our budget to really do much. And it was during that first year that I was watching in the groups and learning more about what Scentsy was and the business itself, and seeing what other people were doing and able to do because they were a consultant, that I was like, okay, I need to pivot here, and maybe I need to try and do this thing as a business and see what would happen. And so I started doing that, and I started making a little bit more on my paychecks. And then it came to the point to, because remember, we didn't have a whole lot of money then, and we needed a new car. And I told my husband, I was like, I mean, we like went to the lot, right? We knew what kind of car we were going to get. Our car payment at the time was going to be like $300 and something. And I was like, oh my goodness, how are we going to fit this into the budget? I don't know. Maybe I can pick up some more overtime hours every week, right? It's like, well, maybe I can try this Scentsy thing. Maybe I can make a little bit more money so I can get to that $300 mark, so maybe I can make the car payment. And so that's what I really honestly started with my business, was just to be able to do that. I didn't care about titles. I didn't care about trying to promote. I didn't care about doing anything. I just wanted to try and do my business better so I could make more income, so I could make that car payment. Because at the end of the day, that's what was going to help my family. Not being able to do a fabulous mystery box, not being able to learn how to do all the cool graphics, not being able to learn, all the things. All the things that we feel ourselves overwhelmed with, or I'll never be as great at that as fill in the blank, right? We've all done it. We've all said it. We're all human. That's why. And we've got social media like throwing it in our faces every time we turn around, right? Like, look at this beautiful display this person did. Look at this amazing graphic this person did, right? It's always there. Yes, Lisa, sharing versus selling. I'm telling you. I have always said, Scentsy sells itself. You can go into a room full of people, take a Scentsy warmer, take one of your favorite waxes, take some catalogs, take some order forms and a pen, plug it in the middle of the room, put the wax in the warmer, spread out the catalogs and the order forms, leave the room for an hour, come back in, and you will have orders. Not because you're standing there talking about how great the product is, right? It's the smell that sells. And that's truly what it's about. Because I know personally from my own customers, when I've done my follow-ups, right, that usually the first words out of their mouth are, oh my gosh, this scent is everything, right? Like they're in love. Like, yeah, I know, right? Like, I know. Hashtag the struggle is real. Because I want it all. And that's so true. And that is really the simplicity of this business. Because, yeah, there's going to be a lot of flashy things out there. Yeah, there's going to be really great apps and programs and things you can do and mystery boxes and happy mails and all the things. But at the end of the day, our business, our paychecks are coming from our customers and how they view the product and how, the reason why they come back to us, right? How we are treating them as customers. It's the experience that they get. I will tell you that I'm starting the classes with the Disney Institute. I've got my book, the Be Our Guest book, and I've read the first 4 chapters. Need to take a little bit more time to finish that book out. It's not a long book. But I will tell you just what I have seen so far, and read so far, rather, I guess, is that even Disney looks at not, how can we present our products the best? How can we make people love these characters more? It is all about when their guests come to, whether it's a park or a store or buy their products, what is their experience like? because it's the experience that they want to come back for. The products can even be subpar. Now, luckily, we got the goods, right? So we don't have to worry about that. But if we have and create an experience for our customers, that is why they will forever be loyal to us as a Scentsy consultant. That's why whenever I hear people say, oh, it's oversaturated where I live, there's so many consultants. You have different customers than all those other consultants. You do. And again, if you can create the experience for them to come back with you and do business with you again, then you're the one that they're going to choose, no matter how many consultants live in your city. It's really the truth. And it has nothing to do with Happy Mail. It has nothing to do with, if you're giving anything away or running any personal specials. I will tell you right now, I really don't run a whole lot of personal specials. Probably one a year, if that. Like, honestly, I really don't. I thought I had to do that for a long time because I saw other people doing that and having great success. And was like, oh, I've got to do that too. And I soon quickly found that no, that didn't really work. Now, not to say that you shouldn't try something new, right? Because I'm going to be the one who will always tell you, try something new. If something's not working, right, you pivot, you try something different. So, did that rhyme or did I just say it like it rhymed? I don't know. Anyway, the experience is all about when someone purchases from you, what do you do? Do you do anything? If you don't right now, that is okay, right? Because from this point forward, you are now going to see and you're now going to think about what you're going to do. Now, we like to call these systems, right? A system. Call it whatever you want. But when someone orders from you, you need to have, and maybe that takes, right? Take some Post-it notes. Write the numbers 1 through 3 on different Post-it notes, and then stick them to your computer or stick them to your desk or stick them to the bathroom mirror, whatever it looks like, right? And then what I want you to do is when somebody orders, I want you to figure out what are your 1, 2, and 3 steps that you do every time somebody orders. Here's mine. Step 1, when someone orders, when I either get an email verification or if I'm sitting and working and I see it pop up on my workstation, right? When I get the notification that someone has ordered, the very first thing I do is I will reach out and say, thank you. That is it. Thank you for your order. Thank you for supporting my mama run business. That's the first thing I do. And depending on how I know them, because if it's a first time customer, I usually will do that through an email. Simply because I don't know yet how they wish to be communicated, right? How they like to be communicated with. If it's somebody who has purchased from me before, and I know that they like text, or I'm friends with them on Facebook or Instagram or whatever, right? I will message that. But that is it. Simple, to the point, simplicity, okay? Step 1, I say thank you. Step 2, after somebody orders from me, step 2, I don't care if you have a binder system, right? We can talk about systems all day long. But we're sticking to simplicity right now. Step 2 is to follow up with them when they receive their order. So however you do that, pen and paper, a binder, a Trello board, a chalkboard, a coloring book, I don't care how you do it. If you put a sticky note up on the bathroom mirror that says Linda ordered yesterday, right? I don't care, whatever it looks like. That's what you do. And you reach out when they get their order and you say, I saw that you got your order. I just wanted to check in, make sure you're loving everything. Usually what I do there is then I will throw in, I'll, see their order. What did they order? Did they order some wax? Did they order cleaning products, laundry, whatever, right? Let me know what you think of this. Or if it's wax, right? Like different scents. Let me know your favorites. I'll just throw that in there, right? And that, again, that's it. Simplicity. I'm not trying to resell them at that point. I'm not trying to do anything. Sorry. I'm not trying to do anything. But again, verify and again, appreciate them for their order. Let them know that I'm here, right? They ordered from a real life person. I'm alive, right? I'm not a robot. And I'm just checking up to make sure they got their order okay and what have you. I had a customer who had redeemed her Harry Potter order with me, and when she got it, her bulb was broken. And she reached out before I had the chance, because it was the same day. As soon as she got it, right, she opened her box. So I didn't have a chance to do my step 2, right? But she'd reached out and was like, hey, Jacqui, I got it. I love it, but my bulb was broken. No, I'm so sorry for that. I apologize. Here, I have plenty of bulbs on hand. I'm going to send you one. I'm going to put it in the mail today, right? And to go the extra mile so she'd have a good experience, I threw in a red colored bulb. I should have probably asked her what her Hogwarts house was, but I threw in a red bulb so that way she would have like a colored bulb to use in her Hogwarts warmer. Yeah, Hogwarts. Step 3. I will then check up with them, usually about 2 weeks after I checked in with them on their order. So it goes from the date that I check in on their order, and then I push it out 2 weeks after that. That's step 3. And on step 3, what I'm doing, again, I am saying, hopefully if they've communicated back with me to let me know their favorites, right? I will pick up where the conversation left off. Oh, I know, I love that one too. It's one of my favorites. Or girl, if you love it, you should put it in a club, right? I'm having those conversations, right? Sharing, not selling. Sharing, not selling. I want them to be able to save money, and Scentsy Club is the way to do it, unless they want to host a party, right? So that is being in there. But in that 2-week follow-up, that is when I'm saying, oh my gosh, you're not going to believe what is going to be coming out soon, or what we've got releasing next week, right? Because depending on what's happening in our world, we might have some news. That's usually when I'll share the latest news with them. And then I will say, are you ready for a wax refill? Or is there anything else that you'd like to try? Because maybe they got something, maybe in their wax and warmers or whatever it is. Maybe I can say, you know what? If you love that, you're also going to love it in the laundry line too. Magnolia linen is the bomb, right? I'm going to throw that in there. So that is when I am more, again, I don't even want to call it selling. I still want to call it giving them the experience, because I'm not pressuring them to buy again. But what I'm doing is letting them know, hey, I'm thinking of you. How can I save you money? Scentsy Club. Or host a party, right? To get those host rewards. If you love something, I bet you'll love it in this product too. Or, oh my gosh, you're not going to believe what's coming out next. I am giving them the experience. Now, hopefully, out of any of those situations, they're interested, right? And so that's when I will put them into my regular rotation. And that's usually when I now send out Happy Mail. Now, I will tell you that in 2022, yes, things are going up in price. It's getting crazy out there, y'all. Just seen the price of milk? Insane, right? So I have to kind of figure out in my business, and one of the ways is because I have grown my customer base. I honestly could not afford to, I'd love to send everybody a great big packet of Happy Mail every single time they ordered. That would be the bomb, right? But let's be real and authentic. Jacqui cannot afford to send everybody the bomb Happy Mail, right? And I will tell you, if there's people out there who can do it, then by all means, go for it. You do you, boo. But I am here to make money for my family. This is my full-time income. This is literally what pays for the house. When my pay portal, when commission hits the pay portal, the very first thing I do is I transfer it to my Venmo, and then I put it from Venmo into my bank account, and then boom, I pay for the roof. Taken care of for the month. Every single month. That's what this business does for me. That's important to me and my family, right? They like a roof. So do I. I am not a camper. I will never live off the grid. I am not that person. I need air conditioning. I'm not that person. So what I do with my Happy Mail as I'm revamping it is I'm trying to see what I can do with one stamp. What can I send with a stamp? Well, let me tell you right now, I can print off on just regular paper. It doesn't have to even be cardstock, right? Again, they're in it for the experience. Are they in it because you use the best cardstock? No. Are they in it because you gave them huge candy bars when they ordered? No. Right? They're not in it for that. They're in it on how they feel. Those flowers back there, right? It wasn't about flowers. It was about making me feel a certain way, right? That was the experience that they gave me. I'm not telling you to send flowers to everybody who orders, but you get the point, right? You can hand write a note filled with meaning. Let them know how much their order meant to you, what your business does for your family, and why it's so important. You can write all of that in a note, stick it in an envelope, and put a stamp on it and get it out the mail. And those people, because I will tell you, I still handwrite a note in every single thing that leaves my house. I don't care if it is my club mail where it is a little bit bigger club mail, right? I do that for my Scentsy clubbers. But even they get a handwritten note in there. Because a handwritten note means I took time out of my day to handwrite how I felt about their purchase or what it did for me and my family. And why it is so important and why I'm so thankful that they chose me to be their Scentsy consultant. It can be a simple note, guys. So, create your system. 1, 2, 3. What are your 3 steps when somebody orders? What is the experience you want someone to have when they order with you? Do you want them to feel warm and fuzzy inside? Then make them feel warm and fuzzy inside. It doesn't have to be a monetary thing. It can be a handwritten note. It can be a text. It can be an email. There's 100 different ways to say thank you. It doesn't have to break the bank. So I want you to really look at your business in simplicity. Bring your business back to the top 3 in everything that you do, right? So give yourself 3 steps for everything that you do. When someone orders, what are your 3 steps? When someone joins your team, what are your 3 steps? When someone on your team promotes, what are your 3 steps? What are your 3 steps? Keep it simple. Simplicity is going to save your business, and I will tell you time and time again, it has saved mine. I don't even know how many times, because trust me, I am the person who, on Mondays are usually my professional, I call it my professional development, but really it's my personal development day, right? It's really when I'm trying to pour into me and figure out what can I do better. I usually will at least watch a training video. I may watch something else and figure out or work on a project that I'm working on for my business. Like yesterday, it was really about my Trello, which that training is coming later today. So all of that. Oh, thank you, Danielle. Thank you. All of that happens on Mondays, right? And so I like to take the time to really refigure those steps. And it's a great reminder of the 3-step system. Insert any app you want, insert the program you want that helps you get there. But everything should have 1, 2, 3. Everything you do in your business should have a 3 steps. So sit down, take 5-10 minutes, sit down and figure out what those are. And then figure out what's going to work best for you to implement them. Because what comes next, even though it's not a core value, I know it's not a core value, simplicity, generosity, authenticity, but over here is my favorite friend, and that is consistency. Y'all, if you are consistently doing your 3 steps every single time for all of those things, you are going to be finding yourself running a very successful business. You're not overthinking it. You're not trying to recreate the wheel every time you turn around. You're not trying to be like every other consultant that you see on Facebook. You are only focused on you and your business, and that is where your focus needs to be. Because I will tell you, when my focus is on me and my business, that is when the real growth happens. That's when I am getting closer to my next promotion. That is when I'm building my team. That is when my customer base is growing. So find yourself a way to get back to that simplicity. Or if you're just starting, because you are going to see a lot of things, right? We know this. You're going to see a lot, which is another reason why in my onboarding, when people join, I'm really working on that program and really trying to just get that system down to a well-oiled machine, because it can be very overwhelming when someone joins today. Because right now, right, a lot of us as leaders, or if you've been doing this for a while, you probably have a team page. Maybe you've got the Google Drive. Maybe you've got your YouTube channel. Maybe you've got all the other resources. There's this group, there's that group, there's all the things, right? And when these newer consultants are joining and just jumping in, what is happening? It's like, whoa, I thought I was just here for the wax and warmers. So I am really redefining and bringing that back. What are my 3 steps when someone orders, and focusing in on those, or when someone joins rather, those 3 steps. We have to keep it simple. Because for a lot of you, you guys are also pulling in, doing the full-time jobs, or taking care of kids full-time, or in school full-time, doing all the things, right? And working your Scentsy business. Been there. First 7 years out of my business was spent working full-time and working this business. I hit director while doing all of it. And let me tell you, was it easy? No. Was it worth it? Hell yes, it was worth it. I would redo it again in a heartbeat. Probably better, more consistently. Right? But I would do it all over again, because that's how important it was to keep that simplicity. And it's how important it is for you to have simplicity in your business. Get to the other things when you get to them, okay? But don't feel like you got to do it all, because you don't. We simply share the things that we love, and at the end of the day, our job is that we sell things that smell good. So don't overcomplicate it. Learn the things you want to learn, right? Like, I'm going to show you Trello. I'm going to show you boards. I'm going to show some different things that we haven't talked about lately. It's been a while since I've done a Trello training, so I know that. I've never done a boards training. I just started using boards. So I had to figure out how to use it and how I was going to really leverage it for my business before I wanted to train you guys on it. So that one is coming after Trello, but I'm going to show you these things. It doesn't mean you have to do them all. It's simply there for when you feel you're ready to either try something new, or you want something that's going to help you work one of those 3 steps a little bit better. Okay? So stick with your 3 steps. Stick to simplicity, because at the end of the day, that's what's going to win the race. Simplicity and its best friend, consistency. Don't forget those 2 ingredients in your business. And trust me, it's going to work for you. All right, guys, that's what I've got for you this Tuesday. This will be up on YouTube for those of you who are not on the Facebooks. So that will be coming. And be watching for the Trello training. Oh, so excited. All right, guys, think about experience. 3 steps. Let's do this. We got this. Talk to you soon.